Good afternoon, Silkstone. It's story time. This one is for everybody, but it's especially for the year ones because the year one children will be doing some schoolwork based on this book. This book is an Indigenous story and it's called My Mob Going to the Beach. It celebrates the freedom of childhood within the security of a big family. Sylvia Emerton has turned her memories of growing up in North Queensland into a lyrical story. Sylvia Emerton is the person who wrote the book. Jaquana Elliott's illustrations have lovingly captured the landscape and the people. Black Ink Press brings you an Indigenous collaboration, a universal story for Australian children and adults. My Mob Going to the Beach. One day the grown-ups said we were going to the beach. We would take some blankets, a couple of billies and some tea and sugar. We were going to sleep there too, just for one night though. We didn't have a car, so we would have to walk. We started out early and soon came to some cattle yards. We had to cross a yard where there was a huge bull in one corner. The grown-ups and the big kids walked across quietly, but not us. We ran as fast as we could. Shortly after that, we came to a camp near a billabong. We knew the people in the camp, so we stopped for a visit. The grown-ups and the big kids sat down for a yarn, but not us. We went looking for wild duck eggs in the grass beside the billabong. We started out again and had to cross through the cemetery. It was getting really hot. The grown-ups and the big kids stopped at the taps for a drink, but not us. We sat under the taps and got wet all over. Finally, we got to the beach. We found a big shady tree to make our camp. The tide was out, so we went searching through the rocks and the pools. The grown-ups and the big kids searched for oysters. Yuck, but not us. We went looking for cockles. Yummy. The grown-ups made a fire on the beach and we cooked the cockles and some oysters in the coals. When we finished our feed, the tide had come in. The grown-ups and the big kids went fishing and crabbing, but not us. We went swimming and played in the sand. Late in the afternoon, we cooked the fish and crabs and had a big feed. It started to get dark and the grown-ups and the big kids sat around the campfire to yarn and tell stories, but not us. We fell fast asleep. And that's the story. My Mob Going to the Beach. I hope you enjoyed that, boys and girls. That's a good Indigenous story. Have a good evening, everyone.